Great. Okay, good morning. This is Rabbi Shlomo first here at Yeshiva Tsama Nafshi. This is our second shir in Mishna Berura. We are learning Hilchos Tisha B'Av, Siman Tav Kuf Nun Daled, those things which are forbidden to do on Tisha B'Av itself. That's again Tav Kuf Nun Daled Sib Zayin. Have it there on page Lamed Aleph on the base.
Okay.
Go ahead.
L'chitza asura b'sisha b'av bein b'chamin bein b'tzonein afilu lahoshit etzba'o b'mayim asur.
Okay, so you have bathing is forbidden on Tisha B'Av, whether it's going to be bathing in hot water or in cold water. And even if you want to just put your finger into water, that's forbidden. No bathing on Tisha B'Av. Now, there's no Mishna Berura on that, right? So, again, basically, we'll see as we'll get further in, we're talking about bathing for the sake of pleasure, right? We'll see in Sif Ches, and the next one, if it's for the needs of a mitzvah, it's for the needs of being a person's dirty, right? Those kind of things. So we'll see. Let's continue on in the next Sif Ches.
Tevila shel mitzvah bizmana muteres aval bazman hazeh ein tevila bizmana hilkach lo titbol bo v'chein nahagu.
So this is basically for women, right? When they would go to the mikvah, so it was called a tefillah bizmana, meaning when they would become pure. So then at the night after their purity, they would go to the mikvah. But since on our time we actually wait an extra period of days, so it's never on the proper exact time. So therefore, if they would have to go to the mikvah on, say, the night of Tisha B'Av, it would be postponed until the night following. Okay, we're not going to go through the Mishpur on that. Let's go on into Sif Tes, next Sif in the Mechaber.
Im hayu yadav maluch lachos betit uvzot'a
Uvetsoya. Okay, so again, here we are. If a person's hands are dirty, muchlachos, they're dirty, betit, that's with dust and grime, right? Or betsoya, with excrement, yeah? Let's say, for example, let's say a mother has to change the baby's diaper. So she got the mess all over her hands, right? She can't wash her hands.
Mutar lichotz laha'avir halich-luch.
So it's permissible to wash in order to remove the dirt, to remove the dirt or the excrement.
V'lo yitol kol yadav ela lefi hatzorech laha'avir halich-luch.
Right. So the only part of their hands they're able to wash are those places which are dirty. The parts which are not dirty, they're not permitted to wash. So let's say say the fingers are dirty, right? So by the wrist, they shouldn't be washing that. It's not necessary to wash that. Okay, now the Ramah adds as well.
V'im asa tzarachav im mutar lirchotz. Dino kamo biyom kippur.
So let's say a person goes at soccer. Let's say you have to use the facilities, yeah? You have to use the toilet. So if it's permissible to wash, the din on Tisha B'Av is the same din as Yom Kippur, and after that you have to take a look over there in Simeon Tav Reish Yud Gimel. We'll see there. Maybe we'll take a look at that inside. The Mishna Berura recommends that we take a look what he wrote over there. Okay, so now let's back up and see a few Mishna Beruras here. That's actually toward the end of the second wide line, the bottom line. You have the one line from the bottom. You have a tet and a yud tet in brackets. Mutar l'orchotz la'avir. It's for the case where a person's hands are dirty, right? It's mutar to wash the hands to remove the dirt. That's yud tes in the Mishna Berura.
Mutar l'orchotz la'avir. Sedra. De'enu asur. Ela rachitza shel ta'anub.
So that's the main rule over here. The only type of bathing, washing, which is forbidden, is if it's done for pleasure. Right? If you're washing in order to get your hands clean, right, or any other part of your body for that matter, any part of your body clean, right, that's not what's considered to be forbidden and on Tisha B'Av. But again, you can't use hot water or even soap unless it's necessary. I mean, if you can just as well wash your hands off with cold soapless water, then that's what you have to do. If you need to use warm water with soap to get the dirt off, that's what you have to use. If you need to use hot water with soap, then that's to get the dirt off, that's what you have to use. But only you can use what's necessary to get the dirt off.
What's the definition of pleasure?
Good question. What would you say?
You don't want to hear it out loud and on film, sorry.
You stand in the shower and the hot water runs over your head and down your shoulders and you go, ah.
So if you're looking for the and you do anything but the it's permissible?
Well, according to Lou. That's according to Lou.
Lou, where's your book, man?
Come over to our house. I'll show you the pleasure.
Maybe we're on film. I don't know if I should say that out loud.
So,
but seriously, it's like,
No, it
it's
feels
like
good.
everything. It's relative.
If it feels good, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
The thing is like this. If you're not supposed to wash any part of your body, like we said in the Mechaber, you need to put your finger, you take your little finger, put it into a glass of water. You cannot do it. If you're doing it in order to get a what we call in Yiddish a geschmack, to get a good feeling from that, right? That's, even doing that is forbidden, right? So you're doing it in order to get the good feeling. If you're doing it for another reason, that you want to get dirt off, right? So you have two extremes. You want to get that good feeling. Now, there are levels of good feeling, but it's good feeling, right? The other is that you want to get clean, right? Now, it's almost impossible to get yourself clean without getting the good feeling, right? The very fact that you're washing yourself, getting yourself clean, is a fact, in general, in most cases, will be giving you a good feeling, right? But you're not doing it for that reason. You're shaking your head. Go, okay, give me, go ahead.
I have what Rabbi Gold told me in the old, it's called istinus.
Okay.
Okay. So when I have to wash my hands, there's no moment. It's a relief moment.
Right.
It's I have an oh my God. I have a fear. It's a fear. It's a relief.
Right. Okay. You're introducing another aspect here which we haven't gotten to yet.
Okay.
Right. That concept of istin. The guy is his skin is crawling, and the only way he's going to get this feeling off is that I got to take myself a shower here. I've got to my head is itching. See these Head and Shoulder advertisements. The guy's got a whole ice cube attached to his head. His relief from the scratching he's going through. That's not what we're talking about. Because, like I said, it's almost impossible to even get to do something for cleanliness and not get that feeling, because you're doing something to the body. It's like trying to eat without having a taste, right? The way you could probably do it is if you mix everything up and put enough salt in your mess, in your mush, your glop, and swallow that down, then that's probably one way you're going to do it, but you're not able to get to eat that way, right? There is so extreme it is that even on Yom Kippur, which is deraisa, some people who need to have liquids, right? One way that they allow people to have liquids on Yom Kippur is to make a bitter water solution, like they say to take 12, 15 tea bags, make a real intense tea solution, which is really just pure bitter. But what you're drinking is a liquid which is so bitter, you don't even make a bracha on it because you're not getting any pleasure from it.
No benefit,
Right?
no pleasure.
No pleasure. So that was one way. Even in many poskim still rely on this. That in order to get liquids, they recommended making a bitter solution, right? Making a bitter solution of water-based bitter solution, and that's not considered drinking because you're drinking something which has no beneficial flavor to it, right? But you're getting the liquids you need, right? So likewise, since if you're dirty, you're only doing it to remove the dirt. You're not doing it to get the pleasurable feeling, even though the removal of the dirt will leave you with a pleasurable feeling, but that's not your main intention here, right? And again, you have to be honest with yourself. If, like again, you have for pleasure, you have for cleanliness, and then let's say you have for peace of mind, okay? Like, if you can't, you feel so grimy, right? You feel so sweaty, right? That the only way you can get yourself back to yourself to feel like a normal human being, right, is to take a shower, right? So let's say we're talking about the 9 days. We'll see even on Tisha B'Av. If necessary, you can do it even on Tisha B'Av. But again, it has to be at most lukewarm water. It can't be warm water. It can't be hot water. At best, it can be just lukewarm water, just enough warm water mixed in with the cold water to take off the chill. Right, to take off the chill, that's maximum you can go. You can't take a hot bath or a hot shower, right? But if you're doing it for peace of mind, right? So that's also a necessity, right? Even though you feel better afterwards, but you're not doing it. You're not going into the shower because you want to take a pleasure shower. You're not going into the swimming pool, right? So I'll ask you. Why can't a person do 50 laps? Let's say he works out every day, he does 50 laps. So in Tisha B'Av, why can't he do 50 laps? He would rather not, but if doctor says you got to do 50 laps every day. Right? If he could do it, if there was a machine that he could do it, being suspended in the air, right? He just prefer that. He doesn't like being in the water. So in theory, the mind says it's also, but in theory it could be permissible. But because he's not really doing it, he's doing it for his health requirements.
Right.
So he's doing it for his sake of mind.
Who's an instance.
Yeah.
And he's Orthodox, and he got a heter to do certain activities on Shabbos, having to do with cleaning and washing. On Shabbos, and I presume it extends to Tisha B'Av for him.
Yeah.
Just like you described, he gets really bothered by it.
Yeah.
If he doesn't do certain things.
Thank God.
So his rabbi said, "Okay, you're allowed to do that."
I could handle every day except Shabbos. I can live with that.
So is this a different story in Tisha B'Av?
What do you mean by a different story?
That's filthy dirt.
So he was asked, it's not an exception,
Well, generally, Tisha B'Av is the most serious time of all. You have to be very careful not to do it unless it's actually necessary.
Because this
Let's
The American
continue.
Express card. You can't leave home without it.
For example, the Tam says, see the last line, the Tam says, the only thing they asked was pizza so tiny. The only thing that was forbidden is pleasure bathing. Bathing, washing for pleasure. And with Tam Zeh, for this reason,
Nashim ham vashlos utzrichos lirchos habasar af demi mela rochatzets gam yedeha mutar.
so for this same reason, you have women when they're cooking, let's say on Tisha B'Av they're cooking, maybe they have young children that are not fasting, they want to cook for them, or they want to prepare food for Motzei Tisha B'Av. They don't want to wait for the fast to come out, Motzei Tisha B'Av start cooking. All the men are going to come back from shul, going to be hungry, and says, wait, I got to start cooking. There's going to be a big fight in the house. Yeah. So you want to prepare food on Tisha B'Av afternoon, let's say. So you want to wash the meat, and you want to wash vegetables, right? So they're underneath the water, washing off the vegetables, washing off the meat. The hands are getting washed, so that it's mutter. Now, you could ask the question, should they wear gloves? Or are they mechuyev to wear gloves?
No.
Apparently not. The Mishna didn't mention anything about that they should wear gloves. Now, again, they didn't have, maybe, the time of the Mishna, they didn't have the gloves that we have. You know, the thin plastic ones, you remember those? These latex gloves, you know,
Why would you need the glove?
so your
So
hands
the
would-
water doesn't touch, your hands don't touch the water?
Right. So are they required to, right?
No.
The Mishnah says straight out, right? Since they're washing not for the sake of pleasure, they're washing to wash the meat, wash the vegetables, prepare the food, right? So they don't have to refrain from washing the meat, washing the food, right? But he didn't go into the question as whether or not if they had gloves, because they probably didn't have such gloves like that. It's with such ease and just free.
They might have said that you need feeling to perform the action.
Also, that's also something to
Nowadays,
interfere.
you can have it, but then you couldn't because the gloves would never be so thin.
Right. So then you have to take a look at the present day authorities to see if they comment on that.
Also, they might not have had waterproof gloves.
Also,
In
we
which
wouldn't
case your
gain.
hands would get wet anyway.
Yeah, we wouldn't gain anything, right. Sure, most likely they didn't have it.
Yeah, there's a concept of not adding to what we already have.
Right, exactly.
So you wouldn't have to add,
Yeah,
you wouldn't have to
you
work.
may not be mechuyev to
That's
do
right.
it because
That's what
they
plastic
never
doesn't-
answered it, so you don't have to go beyond the letter of the law.
That's why plastic doesn't need tefillah, for the same reason. You know?
Why is that?
Plastic does not need tefillah,
Ah, yeah.
because of the same reason.
True. What doesn't need what?
Plastic, you have to
plastic glove.
totally in the mikveh.
Oh.
Because plastic doesn't need tefillah, because Moshe said you don't add to what the rest of the rabbis gave.
Let's.
Because plastic was considered temporary.
Well, no, they have.
Aluminum pans are templates. Most people say if you use them, you have to protect them.
A lot of people, I mean, they different times. They have these, they have the throwaways, and then you have this stuff with like Tupperware. Tupperware less used.
Right.
I guess Tupperware for some people who got married or something. Last year. Let's jump over to Hilchos Yom Kippur. That's over there in Tav
Taryag.
Reish Yud Gimel Taryag, exactly. Reish Yud Gimel Sif Gimel.
Ayin Vav, page Ayin Vav.
What's it? Citrus?
Sif Gimel.
Why are you going to do it on the other side, right side?
Sif.
How many rows are there? Iron base?
Ayin base, no, that's base.
Oh,
Gimel Dalet, Ayin Vav.
So this is an explanation.
This side, Gimel, Ayin Vav. It's Ayin Side, I'm sorry, that should be here, Ayin Side.
Uh-huh.
Gimel.
So this is an explanation. If a person has to use the facilities, what's he supposed to do when he exits the facilities and if he needs to wash his hands, what's he supposed to do? Yerushalyim, I can read that?
I'll read a little reading.
Sure. Sif Gimel, everyone have it there?
In Hitta Mayim, if he lifted water,
That means he urinated, yeah? If a person urinated. It's Yom Kippur, right? Yom Kippur, he urinated.
Sheshet V'yada.
Okay, now what's this shift shape? You have to realize, according to the halacha, when a person would urinate, we're talking in the general form of standing up, right? So many times there would be the driplets from the urine falling on his shoes, on his clothes, right? So it was a process of using your hands to wipe the droplets off of your clothes or your shoes. Right? So that means you will be getting your hands really pretty dirty through that process. Look, we live in the 21st century. These things are very foreign.
Can't even deal barely listening to this. But
Think of outhouse.
no, thank you.
Think of being in an outhouse.
You never went camping?
No, thank you.
You never went camping?
Never.
Really?
Not interested
Okay,
in using the bathroom anywhere but in my bathroom.
You're never in the army either, right?
No.
Not in the army either.
I cannot use anybody else's restroom.
I can't either, but camping in the outdoors, gotta enjoy life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You
We
gotta
used to
do
go to
enjoy life.
Yosemite every year when I was in,
What?
when I was in California. We used to go to Yosemite every year.
So in Algonquin Park, I used to go up in upstate Canada.
Yeah. And that's
Not
that's
enjoyable
life.
to me.
Moose around the corner.
Getting out with nature and appreciating Hashem's world. That's
Wonderful.
I've been at one with nature.
It's
right?
wonderful.
Just enjoy where you are.
It's not for me anymore. I'm
Hey.
finished with all that.
But you said you never did it.
So in any event,
Urine is a
I
natural
asked you,
product.
did you ever go camping? You said no.
Well, it's not something I choose to do. As a little
But
kid
you did.
growing up, sure.
But so then you know what it's like to
Yeah, I would never, not interested in putting myself in that position ever again.
All right, I'll
That's
buy
all.
that. I'll buy that.
so anyway, that's the way it was. Now it could be that since we don't do this, I mean, I'm sure some people do it, because you do get, even if you're standing by urinal stuff, you can get droplets on your shoes and stuff like that.
No matter how you shake and dance, the last few drops go in your pants.
Accurate. That wasn't Shakespeare, right? Okay, good.
That's hilarious.
Oh God! You're gonna have to edit this one. This
I
week.
have answers for all these things. I have issues using the bathroom. There's certain things I have to do in order not to have
All right.
problems.
I mean, that's why you have
And
problems.
the
with
things
your
that I have to do eliminates all the possibilities for these types of problems.
stomach. Or maybe that's why you have been having problems with your stomach. Did you ever think about that? Because you're taking care of something and you're hurting something else.
Yeah, it's too early for philosophy for me right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so what happens
I
is,
say
like,
loving. I say it loving.
Okay, so your hands get dirty.
go ahead, you want to take over because Yisrael's preoccupied right now.
Oh, asa tzarachav.
So Hitul Mayim is urination, and Hitul, and also Tzarchav is number 2. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Here's it.
Vikina.
It's a way of life. It's not a
And
problem.
you cleaned yourself, right? After you were did number 2, you
After you
cleaned
did number
yourself.
2, you had to clean yourself.
And you have to realize, again, the Mechaber story, I'm sorry, Mr. Shabbos, but you got to know, right? When you learn, when we get to Hilchos Shabbos, you have to realize that there are whole sections of Shulchan Aruch that are devoted to how to clean yourself on Shabbos, right? Using stones. Because that's what they use.
They didn't have paper. What do you think?
They didn't use paper, they use stones.
How about leaves?
No,
Stones?
leaves are sukkah. They speak about that. Leaves could cut yourself.
That's right.
Cut yourself with leaves.
You're not going to cut yourself with a stone?
No,
It's a
flat
smooth. It's a special smooth stone.
What?
Flat, smooth stones.
Yeah, it's a
Flat?
special
You
smooth
ever
stone.
you ever skin rocks on the water?
Lou, have you
Skin
ever
rocks on the
baked, one of those, get all the stuff out, pastry cream in one big,
water? Any event, there are whole sections of Sifrim and Shulchan Aruch that go into these details, right? So again, you have to realize that the Torah governs every aspect of our life.
100%.
Every aspect of our life, from waking up saying Modani, to going to sleep and saying Hamapil, every moment of our day, every activity of our day, eating, drinking, sleeping, everything, the Torah is with us every step of the way. Right? And that's the way we should live. But that's what Hashem wants us to live according to the Shulchan Aruch.
Right.
And that's our blessing and that's our success in life by doing these things. So the Shulchan Aruch is filled with all these things that, someone will say, that's religion? That's being holy? Like, yeah, that's being holy. How you clean yourself after you've used the facility. That how you do it according to the way they said in the Jewish code of law. That's being done. So I'll have to stop now and continue tomorrow in the Tishul.
Mutar leharakot.